Man boards wrong train, let the story commence. Craig ran for his train, what he thought was a train. Here's the thing. He got off at the train station for a job interview. And he ran back to the station and he wasn't familiar with the station. And he just saw the train and he ran for it. He was a few minutes late and there was a train. He was like 5 minutes late. He thought, oh good, there's a train, he got on it. The fucking train he was meant to get had left 5 minutes ago. He's now got on a train that came 5 minutes after that. He got the wrong train. And he sat in it, and that was it. And he had quite a stressful day. He'd been in work all day to about 6. And then to go to this job interview, it was about an hour on the train. And then he had to get after it. It's about an hour and a half. He got there a wee bit early. So basically it was, he was knackered. And so he fell asleep on that train that was the wrong train. When he woke up, it was night time because it was winter. It was already kind of getting dark. It was already dark. He's like, fuck, where am I? It wasn't the final station, but it was enough for him to look out and it was like, he's like, what the fuck is this? He thought, I better get off. I'll get off. And then I'll get like a train back. He got off. And he was at fucking Busby. Right, there's Stamperland. Everybody, there's a place called Stamperland. Did I tell you about the time? I did tell you about the time that me and my pal, when I was about 17 or so, got the wrong late night bus, like 3 o'clock in the morning, up to town. Got the wrong one. I thought, fuck it, just get off or wherever we can fucking get off. Middle of winter, freezing fucking cold. I got my fucking jaw punched. I couldn't even remember it till somebody told me just a few years ago that I knew for school, and they said, oh, remember that night you were on that bus and I feel terrible about you getting punched. I was like, what? I was like, that's right, I remember you were on that bus. I got punched. Aye, you were kind of like cheeky to somebody, or you're annoying somebody, or whatever it was, and it was a kind of pal with a pal, and he hooked your jaw and it felt fucking terrible. I was like, I think I remember that. Like, I must have looked fucking pathetic when I got punched, like shocked or something, and it's haunted him. It wasn't him who did it, but just the sight of it. Like seeing somebody in some kind of suffering, or like somebody looking a bit confused. They've just been punched and it's haunted them. And I'm like, oh, I'm that person, because I've seen that myself. And I get to be that person that's haunted you, and you didn't even do it. Anyway, I got off at one fucking stop. My pal got off at another, and then we exchanged stories the next day. We're in the middle of nowhere. I was ready to put a brick through a fucking window. And there was a Range Rover I was fucking eyeing up as well. It was in the middle of fucking nowhere. It was the night I think I've told some of yous before. Got off, it was fucking snowing. I was walking along a train track and everything. I'd went up a scaffolding for some building that could have been a hospital, a fucking uni. It could have been, fuck knows what it was, but I climbed up it. Like 4 or 5 flights up, and I was ready to break in one of these windows, because there was a kind of a staircase sort of thing. I was ready to break in and ask somebody, can you help me? I was fucking steaming. Probably at 17, I think. And I didn't. And I went back down, and there was an office. I was ready to put the fucking window in for some reason. And then there was a Range Rover I remember seeing. I was like, I've got no fucking money. And what was it again? I think that was the night. I've told the story before. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this, by the way. I think that was the same night where I thought I had a bottle of Nookie Brown on me, big bottle of Newcastle Brown Ale, or I thought I had a can on me inside my denim. Had a denim jacket with a kind of pocket inside, and a taxi went by. I was like, fucking damn, this is before mobiles. You're going to fucking phone a taxi or any shit like that. I just happened to see a fucking taxi. I was like, that. And I got a taxi to my house, or towards my fucking house, knowing I had no money. And I thought, when I get there, I'll give him, like, I'll offer. I think I had two. I have a feeling I had two. But I thought, I'll give him my bottle. I'll go like that. That'll be, that, because that's worth a few quid. And he'll be kind of, the taxi driver will be like that. You know what, that's alright, because I'll be able to end the night having a wee drink, maybe. I thought that would be alright. Got to Thornliebank train station. I said, just let us off here. Because I'm about to no pay him, and I don't want him right outside my fucking front door. And I said, and I reached in to take out the bottle or the can or whatever the fuck it was, and it was a brick. It was a stone. A big fucking stone. It was the same size as a Sankara stone. Aye, it fucking looked like one of them. Remember that for Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. It was a big fucking round thing like that, and I pulled that out like that. No in front of him. I didn't go like that. But I was like, I must have had it in my pocket because I was going to put a fucking window in. And I said to the driver, I don't have any money. He went, well, where'd you stay? Go in and get the money. I went, no fixed abode. I always remember saying that. No, I don't. For some reason, I got the fucking phrase "no fixed abode" for somewhere. No fixed abode. Instead of saying I'm homeless, I said no fixed abode. You went like, right, get it. That was it. Like a lawyer, aye. I don't know where I picked that up for. And that was it. Anyway, my pal asked him the next day. I says, where'd you end up? He says, in the middle of nowhere. He said he was on the train track, just like I was. I think I fell at some point. I think he said he fell as well. And landed like on these stones, they jaggy, pointy fucking stones on train tracks. Next to train tracks. And he said he was either greeting or close to greeting. With the cold and the fucking... Honestly, we're fucking skint, middle of nowhere. And he said he ended up in a place called fucking Stamperland. And I was pissing myself. I was like, fucking where? Where is it? Stamperland, there it is there. Look. He ended up in Stamperland. A place with fucking land. I know you get Shawlands and all that, but Stamperland. It sounds violent, but it's no. I think it's a bit kind of, Williamwood. This whole area is a bit kind of posh and all the rest of it. Clarkston, Williamwood. We didn't know where the fuck that was. Well, he was there. So for him to get up the road, he had to walk from there to... Fuck, he'd went right past it. He was in Sean, so he had to go for there. So the bus went for there to fucking there. Stamperland, he had to walk all the way back to Shawlands in the freezing fucking cold. Anyway, so back to the story. Craig got off at Busby train station. Where the fuck is that it there? Oh, that's fucking right there. pitch black. He thought, oh, here, I don't want to wait about here. And he looked a bit, he thought, oh, maybe it's all right. Maybe it's all right. Let's look up there. Maybe it's all right. Maybe it's a wee bit all kind of quiet and families and all that. These 3 wee guys came up. And went, we're going to tie you at the train track. Wee bastards, like about 14-year-old. And he had a tie on because he's gone for that job interview and he just came straight for work. They tied it around his neck and tied him onto the train track. And then to make sure that he couldn't untie himself when they went away, they actually didn't go that far. They went to a nearby hedge and hidden it. They chopped his horns off. But then they had elastic bands on them. One of them bought elastic bands because they thought, I'm going to buy elastic bands and just see if I need them for anything. So they wrapped elastic bands dead tight around the wrists so he didn't bleed to death, because if he bled to death and then the train went at him, it'd be shite. It's better to see it going at somebody who's alive. And he didn't want me to pass out either, you know, kind of conk out. And then he gets it, you want to see the fear. So, but he managed to sort of nearly get himself free. And one of them had to run out quick, because the train was sort of coming. One of them had to run out quickly and go like that. You know, give him a kind of kick in the balls. And go like that. Stop trying to fucking wriggle free, or I'll kick you in the balls again. And then he went back to the hedge. And he was like, trying to, oh, you're fucking trying to hold himself. He's just been kicked in the balls beneath fucking horns. And the train, he managed to sort of get away from the train. He managed to sort of get himself outside of the two fucking tracks, or whatever you call it, the rails, whatever they are. Managed to just avoid the train, but there's something about the wobbling and the kind of gust of wind that sort of pulled him in a wee bit. His arm went in, and that sort of dragged the rest of him in, and he went fucking rolling right under it. The 3 wee guys went up, and the thing is, he was still alive. He was fucking mangled. And he was actually, he was like stretched out, like dough, like bread dough. You know how you could stretch it right out and it doesn't snap if you've built up the gluten enough. He was like that. At quite a long distance, about 20 feet. So if you imagine somebody that's 6 foot tall, that times 3 plus 2 feet. He was stretched out far, yet still alive. All the organs were intact. Everything was all still held together. But that had been, the bones had been snapped, the muscles. He wasn't going to live, right? But, and the 3 wee guys, they didn't even know what to do. So they left him. And they ran away. Now, and then he died. The CCTV, another train went at him. It took a couple of trains to finish him off. He managed to crawl away but he crawled onto the other track, and another train going the other way got him. And that was him finished. CCTV caught the whole lot. The 3 wee guys got taken to court for it, got done for it. The family had to watch all the fucking footage. Can you believe that? The judge, right sadistic bastard. Well, the fucking wife and 2 ends were there. And they were like, pause it, please. You must watch the footage so you can appreciate the severity of this crime. Sadistic, horrible bastard.
Please, the children must watch, so that they can see justice served.
Like that, horrible. And then the judge went like that to the three wee guys.
You're free to go.
Just kind of let them off on a technicality. The lawyers didn't... The signature that one of the lawyers didn't quite look like the usual signature that the lawyer did. It was, it looked a bit rushed. Like if somebody's like, you sign a delivery, you just sign, you just do that. Like that. It was kind of like that. And he just went, no. Whole thing thrown out. And the second he did it, he looked to the, the wife and the Wayne's like, because he wanted to see their reaction, horrified. They were like, no, no. And the Wayne's were like, and they're going to jail, mummy. And the judge was like,
be quiet, or you will be sent down for contempt of court. Mummy, what's going? Send that child to the workhouse. Send that child to the workhouse and the poorhouse, and send her to the poorhouse and the workhouse. And the death house.
And as they were getting led away,
bring them back, I've changed my mind.
And I'm like, oh, good. And he went like that with the black thing on the head, the cloth.
You shall be taken here to break to execution, be hanged by the neck until you're very much dead. Take them down.
The end. And here's an epilogue. See the three wee guys? One of them got a PlayStation, no PS5, no PS6, PS100. The other one got a Switch. Except this Switch didn't come with a wee fucking screen. It came with a telly. Like that. You hold it like that. And the other one got £1 billion to spend entirely as he pleases. And that's a true story. Do you want to know how I know? The person that sits there doing the, is it stenographer or whatever that, does all that? No typing, but that. That was me. That's what I used to do before I got into all the comedy stuff.